Hey folks, today's another good day, another good throw it on Thursday day, and another old school comfort day. Wow, 3 for the price of 1. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe because 3 for the price of 1 is a bargain. Today, I'm going to be making an old favorite of mine, meatloaf. Growing up, my mom made some pretty outstanding meatloaf. Patty, she makes an incredible turkey meatloaf that she does in the microwave. I'm going to go old school Cracker Barrel. I found a Copycat recipe on the internet and it looks pretty good. I've been to Cracker Barrel before and had their meatloaf. I love it. I think I actually made a video about that. I'll put a link somewhere in the description. Today, I'm taking that old school comfort meatloaf recipe from Cracker Barrel and I'm going to give it a little twist. I'm not going to make it in the oven. I'm going to make it on the smoker. Let's make some meatloaf. Of course, it has some ground beef, a little bit of onion, small amount of green pepper. I think that's their magic secret ingredient. Ritz crackers, couple eggs, little bit of cheddar cheese, and some milk. We're going to season it up with salt and pepper. Instead of a gravy covering for this meatloaf, we're going to have a nice ketchup, brown sugar, and mustard glaze on it. It's going to give it a nice sweet tang. Okay, time to start putting this meatloaf together. This is basically going to be a dump and mix recipe here. Ground beef, couple of beaten eggs, milk, onions, green pepper, finely chopped, some shredded cheddar cheese, and those Ritz crackers. I beat the heck out of them and crushed them up really good. Now, get your hands dirty and mix it all up. Tell you what, let's add a little salt and pepper to the mix. That might help. We are going to be taking this meatloaf and forming it into a nice loaf. And then we're going to let that loaf firm up a bit in the freezer. Because we aren't going to be just making this meatloaf in the oven, which you absolutely could do. I'm going to be making this meatloaf today on my smoker. So we need a nice firm loaf for it to fit into the smoker and hold up really well. That's looking pretty good. Nicely mixed up, ready to form into a nice loaf. If you're going to be making this meatloaf in the oven, which is a perfectly fine way of making this meatloaf, it's actually probably the traditional way, just grease this pan up a little bit with a little Pam or vegetable spray and put the meatloaf in there. I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to actually be forming a loaf, firming it up in the freezer for a little bit. So I need to coat this pan with some plastic wrap. I'm doing this so it'll help me pull out that loaf after it freezes up a bit. Okay, it's all nicely lined here with some plastic wrap. Start putting that meatloaf in. Try to make it nice and even. Cover that up a bit. I am going to place this in my freezer for 3 or 4 hours, enough time to firm it up a bit so I'll be able to easily remove it from this pan and put it on the smoker. Again, if you're not going to be smoking this, go ahead and just grease this pan, put the meatloaf in there, and then pop it in the oven. While this is firming up, let's make our glaze. Our glaze has some brown sugar, ketchup, and some mustard. If you'd like, you could put some barbecue sauce on there instead of making this glaze. Lots of great barbecue sauces out there. Oh, that's going to be good. We'll check back when it's time to put that meatloaf onto the smoker. Been in the freezer for about 3.5 hours. It's firmed up a bit. Let's put this on the smoker. Gonna put our glaze on it now. I have the smoker set to 300 degrees. I'm gonna put a probe in here and we're gonna cook this until it reaches 165 degrees. I'm not gonna touch it at all. This might take 4 or 5 hours. We'll see. We'll check back later. Well, my alarm went off. The meatloaf's done. Let's take it off the smoker. Time to cut into this. Whoa. Favorite time of Throwdown Thursday, where I get to try what I made. Today, old school comfort meatloaf. I'm taking advantage of my last few days out here on the deck. It's starting to get chilly out. Leaves, of course, are almost gone. And there's lots of people doing yard work today. But I'll still enjoy meatloaf. Let's give this a try. Oh, yeah. That glaze on there adds a nice little sweet touch to this. This is a copycat recipe of the old school Cracker Barrel meatloaf. I, of course, will put that recipe in the description. The only thing I changed is I threw it on the smoker for a couple hours. 300 degrees. It was about 1 hour and 45 minutes, and it was up to 165. And it is so good. Give this one a try. It's really easy, and I think you're gonna like it. Old school comfort food, can't go wrong. First I made Salisbury steak, now meatloaf. What should I make next? Please put your suggestions in the comments. I'd love to give it a try. As always, thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. I very much appreciate it. For you regulars out there that often comment and like this video, I really appreciate that. I am having a really good day. Got to make smoked meatloaf for the first time, and it was pretty darn good. I hope whatever you guys are doing, you're also having a good day. See you next time.